Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over ICD-10-CM for our beginner coders or soon-to-be medical coders. When it comes to your ICD-10 book, you can choose whichever book that you want to use for your CPC exam. You do not have to get a specific book. This book here is my favorite book. I always choose this book when my employer allows us to choose our books. We did get the Optum 360 ICD-10 book last year, and this is what that one looks like. The only thing I like about Optum 360 is the tabs that come with the book. Decision Health, the experts for physicians, that one does not come with tabs at all. So you see these white tabs here, the guidelines index, the F codes, and the C and D codes. Those are some of the tabs that come with the Optum 360. I don't use all the tabs because I'm a specialty coder, so my tabs are specific to the specialty that I do. But yeah, that's the only thing that I like about the Optum 360 are these white sturdy tabs. And then the other tabs that I have, I buy from my local Staples, Walmart, wherever. But yeah, so let's get into why I like this book. As you see, when I'm coding, the guidelines are within the chapter sections. And for those of you that are sitting for your CPC, it's going to be nice to have the guidelines within the chapter. As you see, there's not guidelines for every single code, and that's how it is in the very beginning in the guidelines. They don't give guidelines on every single code, but the guidelines that they do tell you for specific codes are within that chapter. So this will eliminate having to, flip back from the front, back to the back, and then back to the front, and then back to the back multiple times when there's a code that have the guidelines. And the CPC exam, you are going to be tested on if you are following the guidelines when it comes to sequencing. Are you paying attention when they tell you to code first or use additional codes, that type of thing? So you want to make sure you are following the guidelines when there are guidelines. And I'm going to be honest, when I first started coding, oh man, this was years ago. I think it was 2016. I did not want to read the guidelines. I just wanted to code how I wanted to code. If I seen a disease, I wanted to just put it there. I didn't care what order it was in. I just wanted to get through. I did not like the guidelines because it is so much information. But if you just take it day by day, maybe go through 2 pages, one day and then do maybe 3 pages the next day, you're not going to be tested on do you memorize the guidelines. That you will have your book with you, but just don't get overwhelmed because it can be overwhelming. These books are huge, and that was one of the reasons why I thought like I'll never become a coder, because I seen their books and I said absolutely not. But it's completely fine. The guidelines are here to help you, and whenever you have a chapter specific code, let's say for example, if you are coding hypertension, and that, I'm not sure what chapter that's in, but you would just go in the guidelines and then you would look for that chapter and then see what they're telling you to do and how to code it. Another thing you should pay attention to in your ICD-10 book is there any anatomy sections in your book? Because I know sometimes we think like, do we need the additional anatomy or terminology course? I wouldn't say an entire course would be necessary, but if you have anatomy in the back of your book or in the front of your book, wherever it is, make sure you find it. So that way, if you are asked any questions, which you will be, you know where to go to get that answer. And then there's also some ICD-10 books where they have medical terminology definitions as well. So make sure you look in your books and look for ways to help yourself when you go sit for the CPC. In the beginning of the video, I did mention that the only thing I liked about the Optum 360 ICD-10 book was the tabs, but I did forget that they go into really, really good details on how to use the ICD-10 manual versus Decision Health, where they only give you 2 pages on how to use it. So what you're seeing here is Optum 360, and this is all the information that they give you on things that you should pay attention to, icons, even though I think in Decision Health, they also give you examples of icons and things like that, but they do not give you this much information on how to use your manual. And then I'm going to show you what Decision Health gives you as well. So it is up to you on which book you want to go with. I will have links in the description box for both books. My employer does pay for my books, for those of you that might be wanting to know that. Optum 360 also gives you coding examples in the beginning of each chapter. So they'll come up with some type of scenario for a patient, and then they'll tell you what code you should use. So it's not lengthy. Sometimes there might be like a page or two of these coding examples, but they do give them, and Decision Health does not. They only give you like little coding tips throughout the book, Decision Health, but Optum 360, as you see, they give like a full page of coding examples. And one last tip, if you guys have Amazon Kindle Unlimited, you can go on there and search for medical terminology and anatomy for coding and get a bunch of stuff for free. So again, good luck to you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.